After rushing to identify the names of the pilots from the Asiana crash, the San Francisco Fox affiliate, KTVU, notoriously and insultingly misidentified the crew members on Friday. Today, Asiana confirmed that it plans to sue the TV station for that glaring mistake. This incident makes clear that, people are hungry for more information about their pilots flying their planes. After all, we still don't even know the names of the Asiana pilots. While there is a Federal Aviation Association database that tracks pilot records, that information is kept entirely private. What if it wasn't? What if you could actually see your pilot's history, education, and records just as easily as you could look up a flight itself? Tony Kern, CEO of Convergent Performance, is creating an app that would do exactly that. He intends to streamline pilots' information for the public to view. Tony, welcome to Street Smart. What sort of information do you hope to include on a pilot app like this?
Hi, Trish, and thanks for the opportunity to chat with you this morning. I think it's important that we understand it's really less about the individual pilot than it is about the company and the pool that they're able to attract and retain as employees. Obviously, there are many aspects. With over 50% of all incidents and accidents in commercial aviation still caused by human error, I think a lot of what we're looking to produce is, who are these folks? Where do they come from? What sources? Are they ex-military? Do they come from reputable programs? Where were their foundational elements made? What sort of training do they have? How much systemic support of the company and the regulator and others are present there? So we think that data is available, and we hope to begin collecting that data and auditing airlines as early as this fall.
Well, I know you're a former command pilot yourself in the military, so you have a sense of what makes a good pilot. How do you get this kind of information, Tony?
Well, I think the important thing is I fully expect that the folks that are leading the pack will volunteer this information. Competition is the high driver of capitalism, and I think that if customers knew and insurance companies knew those that were leading the pack in terms of supporting their aviators, in terms of recruiting, salary, professional growth opportunities, I believe strongly that those organizations will volunteer.
Well, let me ask you, insurance companies
which,
don't already know? I mean,
yeah.
Aren't there some standards that are imposed on airlines where they have to have pilots with a certain amount of flying hours, a certain amount of education, etc.?
Well, you bring up an excellent point. The insurance companies have lots of actuarial data, but it's a very complex equation when it comes to ranking that 50 to 52% of error. Where does it come from? And it's not necessarily experience. It depends on what type of experience they have, what type of support they have. I mean, let's face it, the airline industry has taken some big hits since 9/11. Salaries are down, pensions have been erased. All of these things factor into distractions and other factors related to how reliable a pilot crew force might be for any given company.
So, Tony, how exactly would it work? I mean, would I be able to, as soon as I book a flight, theoretically, look up who would be flying it, get a sense of his or her safety record, education, etc.?
Probably not like that. Of course, that would be the most obvious and easy solution, but the problem is with scheduling flexibility in the airlines is that you may think you know who you're flying with, and it may end up in the last minute be someone else. I think it's more important that we be able to have you look at the corporate profile and what the core ingredients of safety are within that pilot pool, and not just pilots but maintenance as well as some of the logistical concerns, because all of these things roll up into that human error equation that, again, when the world is in love with technology and software, we are too, but at the end of the day, where the rubber meets the runway is with that group of professionals, and just how professional are they. That's what we're trying to get at.
So how do you make money on this? I mean, are you going directly to consumers, or is it the insurance companies that would be paying you? Where is the revenue potential for you?
I think there's two things. One is what's good for the industry is good for everybody in the industry, and I think the ability to be able to pull together a set of metrics with expert observers that are really not related to the industry other than to be able to look at it, interested in its safety, and don't have a dog in the fight per se, we should be able to rank order these airlines out there, and I think that that's going to have money potential from the consumer, from the industry, and for others who will pay for the deeper metrics.